2014. The kind of concept was to have an alternative night that stuck to the alternative genre, didn't try and verge off in too many different directions, and also we wanted to start something that had kind of a big club sort of vibe to it. We started in a big club in Southampton, and we've also, the stuff we've been launching in other cities since, we're going into quite big venues there and creating quite a showcase. So the original plan was always to do something that was this sort of format, so they go into various cities, having other people sort of run the brand but us oversee it. That was what we set out to do. It took a little bit longer maybe to get to the second city than we wanted, because there's a little bit of a learning curve involved, but this is pretty much where we wanted to be the whole time.
In second place, it's got to be Maule Misty right here. Maule Misty. Look at that outfit.
We started off not really knowing where we were going with the music style, so it was a little bit varied up at first. We tested the water with heavier, we tested the water with lighter, and over the months that we were open, we kind of established that actually people wanted that core alternative sound. They didn't want the extra bits on the side, and that helped us to launch much better in Bournemouth, and will help us launch much better in Bristol and Brighton. With Bournemouth, we had the option of 2 and possibly 3 rooms in the future, and we wanted to make sure that the indie market was represented as well. So our second room in Bournemouth is indie, and that works really well. And there's always the possibility of having something slightly else in one of the other rooms as well. We really listen to what people are saying. We've actually got a group online of our regulars that come to District, and we often put stuff to them in the group and say, what do you think of this? Have you guys got any ideas? They seem to appreciate that. In return, we give them some free entry and stuff in return for their feedback. So yeah, we do think that it's a bit hard for someone to gauge when they're running something from the inside exactly what everyone else wants. We hopefully make the right choices most of the time, but occasionally we do need to kind of work out what other people want, because we're all kind of late 20s. There might be something that people in 18 to 20 might be into that we didn't realise they were into, and things like that. We're not closed-minded to new ideas and things that we haven't thought about, so we like to take that on board. When we're hiring DJs, I think we kind of look at potential more than what someone's got in terms of their history. It can be sometimes detrimental to have someone that has been DJing for a long time because they're stuck in a certain playlist or doing things a certain way. What we look for is someone who is really passionate about the music, knows it well, is willing to learn new things, willing to take in from the crowd as well to kind of form their new set, and someone who's proud to carry the District brand as well. In alternative music, the actual technical DJing aspect of it isn't the same as things like house music, because there's actual people playing the instruments on the songs. There's not things like beat matching and mixing everything in the same way, so there's not that technical skill. There's more to bear in mind about the styles, about stuff like the key the song's in.
I've definitely seen an increase of interest in our night because we've put on bands for DJ sets such as Don Broco. We've had Alex Baker from Kerrang, Young Guns, and generally people do fanboy and go over those bands and will come and check out the night because of that. It is a great promotional tool, but then again it is very expensive as well, which is the whole reinvesting back into the brand as well, which people obviously really appreciate and will hopefully keep them coming back. Generally, I think when people come to our club, the one thing that will keep them here is the fact that they can see where their money's gone. The fact we spend so much money on pizzas and Donkey Kongs, and we show so much interest in making it a good night for them. Like some of our competitors won't necessarily put as much effort into that, interacting with them and making them feel like they're a part of the brand. I think one thing me and Ryan like to do the most is making them feel people a part of our club.
We came up with the Donkey Kong. Basically, we'd seen other cocktails marketed by various places and how much people talk about that. For example, there used to be Chaos in Southampton, which used to do Kryptonite, and that was really popular, and people talked about that sometimes more than the venue itself. So we wanted to create that.
Our next goals for 2016, I would say, is to keep organically growing as much as we can, whilst consistently keeping the night the same across the board, because I don't want to go to, say, Cardiff and the night not represent what we've all been about, how we've grown the night. And yeah, I think expansion is key, and then we can do more exciting things. So for example, if we want to put on more big bands, we can do a little tour and advertise that and be like, yeah, they're going to come to each of these cities and yeah, ultimately rule the world.